Today, I'm going to share with you my takeaways from Ali Abdall's part-time YouTuber Academy. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's a year-long subscription where you get to learn how to become a famous YouTuber, where you can grow your channel, get more likes, subscribers, views, etc. So I'll be sharing with you lessons and takeaways from my experience so far. So it's only been 3 months since I joined the program. I first started with the Academy, which is a much lower price point, which is what I would recommend for you to do because before you spend $5,000 on a course, just spend 1,000 and see how you like it so far. And so personally, I have really liked it because for those of you who don't know, Ali Abdaal, he's a famous YouTuber, has over 5 million subscribers. And he started off by making video content on how to get into medical school and then getting into Cambridge, which is one of the most competitive schools. And then he transitioned to productivity, time management, how to make passive income. And it's really cool. What really stood out to me was when he screen shared his YouTube channel analytics. And obviously this has taken him, 3 years to get to this point, but he made $90,000 just in one video about passive income. And that's what planted that seed in me that, this is possible. Like I can do this too. So today in this video, I'll be sharing with you my takeaways, what I enjoy about the course, what I think could be improved. And for context, this is the fifth iteration of the cohort. So he's had many other cohorts that were different time frames. So the model changed now where I think the most valuable part of it is you get to submit 24 different video content. You post a link to your YouTube channel and the video that you want feedback on, and they'll give you feedback. And this is the best part about it, right? You get feedback on the thumbnail, the title, the hook. So if it's better or not, what can be better, they'll analyze it. And part of the community is really cool. You get to meet other like YouTubers who are ambitious. Like that network in that community is cool. Just being surrounded by people like that, I think is probably one of the most valuable parts of it. One of the things I think can be improved upon is just limiting how long each person gets, because sometimes people will ask a question and quite honestly sometimes they're not great questions. Depends on where you're at in your YouTube journey. But for more advanced YouTubers, I wouldn't say, like, if you have like 1 million subscribers, like I wouldn't recommend this. I would say because so much of the energy is focused, or most of the people are less than 10,000 subscribers when they first start, right? So if you're already like a pretty well-known channel, yes, there will be takeaways for it, but I personally think that if I was like monetizing and making like a crap ton of money, let's say I'm making $300,000 from my YouTube channel, I wouldn't necessarily recommend his course. So the three aspects about that I really like about it is community wins, right? So you get to post like, hey guys, I reached 1,000 subscribers, like, and then people will cheer you on. You'll get some views, but because it's not your specific avatar, you're not going to get like a crap ton of views. The accountability in the Slack channel is nice. So you can join, like I have a weekly call with Natalie, who is my accountability partner. So she'll help me just talk through things. Like last week, I had a question on, hey, like, I'm starting to outsource a lot of my videos to a video editor, and I have a person that does research. Like, how do you manage people's stuff when they have like stuff that come up, like mental health issues, or they have personal stuff that they're dealing with, right? So it's just really helpful to get their perspective and just to have that accountability. Um, I think the second most valuable part of it is the monthly symposiums. So I'll never forget this. He'll have a speaker. There was a lady named Elizabeth who she spent, I want to say like 12 hours making thumbnails. And that's crazy for people who aren't YouTubers. Like, you're like, why would you spend 12 hours on one thumbnail? But that level of dedication, that level of commitment, honestly was inspiring. And it made me think, how can I up level? How can I improve my game? what would that look like? So having people like that, it just gives you a different perspective. And Ali, you only get to interact with him once a month. And if they call on you, right? Like, let's say if there's 30 people that raise their hand, realistically, it's going to be hard for him in an hour and a half for him to be able to answer your questions. But you can leverage, they have office hours from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So those 4 days. So if you want to improve like how to grow your newsletter, how to have better scripting, how to hire an editor. Like there'll be different subject matter experts, like people on his team that will help you with all of that. And the community workshops are important. So far I've seen about like one or two community workshops a month. So there was a guy that was talking about like how to design your studio. So that's interesting. So I actually unfortunately wasn't able to make that. So I have to rewatch that. And the good news is he records all of these, and many of these things are evergreen content. Yes, like YouTube changes from time to time, but you can still become pretty successful. I would imagine 5 years from now, because the like all the things that make a YouTube channel great are still going to be like, these are my takeaways so far. Having a really strong title, thumbnail, and a hook, like visually, it has to look aesthetic. I do not come from a design background. So for me, this is probably the hardest thing I had to gripe with, but also something I've learned a lot. And I'm able to outsource and hire a designer to help me with all of this, right? So they'll teach you a lot of these little things, what gear to get. You can find out some of that from some of his free courses. He has a lot of free content, a lot of valuable content out there. Um, he has so there's two, I think there's like three different things, right? If you're an editor for a well-known YouTube channel, you'll get value from this because you can ask Ali or his team on like very specific things that are more advanced. But if you're a beginner, he's also very patient with you and can help you with all of that, right? So my advice is like, don't join this program if you really only have like 1 or 2 hours a week to dedicate to your YouTube channel. Like if you're willing to dedicate at least 5 to 6 hours every week at least, that's the ROI. I think that you'll get a lot of value out of it, because there's so much content that even if I just spent an hour and a half just watching his content, I wouldn't be able to consume all of it within 1 year. That's 50, let's say that's 52 to 104 hours of content. Just engaging in the community and being active and getting the ROI from it, I would say you have to roughly around 200 hours in a year to get like the full ROI of this program. He has a bunch of helpful resources that are helpful. So he teaches you how to create like curated YouTube playlists. He has a creator reading list that has been helpful. Like a lot of the books on there has helped me be able to have like much more of an entrepreneurial mindset. He'll have a workbook as well. So in the workbook, you'll be able to download it and fill out things that will help you figure out like your avatar. So the avatar is who you're selling to or who you're serving, right? So in my case, I went through an exercise where initially I was like, like I want to support people that are getting jobs. So he helped me be able to narrow it down to like, okay, my ideal avatar is people that are between 20 to 30 years of age that are make salaries are between 50 to 100K, right? So that helps me be able to narrow it down like a lot more specifically. And doing that just helps you be able to focus more on like what's the audience that you're serving ultimately. So those are my updates so far. I'm only 3 months into the program. I'll share with you more as I, maybe a monthly update to just share with you like what I've gotten out of the part-time YouTuber Academy so far. Feel free to post any questions below and I can make a video about that, my experience of it, or you can reach out to me. I'll be more than glad to have a conversation with you about my takeaways.